Cool, y'all. So, we starting back on page 60. And Sad Girl, like a Cepha book. Page 60. Oh, shoot. I think, the human condition. The human condition. I Google on that just in case we gotta look some words up. The human condition. It says HBD, happy birthday against the wall of the 101 freeway outside of my apartment window. A few months have gone by and a fresh paint is now being approached by a vine. Without the feeling of a needle piercing the skin, without pulling a stitch from where the unraveling can begin. What is young grows old, and what starts is over. It was the middle of the night when someone graffitied HBD as a surprise for a friend. I could have seen them if I attempted to look beyond the stupor of night depression and weed smoke that keeps me shuttered away from my unbearable life until it is 5 a.m. and the light scares me back into bed. I am the force of my conscience, seeking a beast I have no intention of reading out. Interpreting the depths of the language of my body speaks. Interpreting the depths of the language my body speaks. For the same reason, I am on top of the mountain where pleasure peaks and sorrow comes to greet it. My purpose, which I once thought was calling forth the truth for others, has now faded into my climb to reach these issues of being human only to jump from them. My human condition should be busy, 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 hiding from the void that patiently awaits me, but I am not well made for pretending. I have enemies and angels alike that prowl around to silence me into the breath of the wind or under the weight of a rock. Ripple me like the surface of the water. Speak messages to me with a single word or a dismissive stare. I do not last in one place for long, yet it feels like forever since I was trapped behind this living room window in this apartment's four walls. Time feels timeless here. It leaves me with ample space to think about the past, the people and the phases I had, and when things move fast. I had a daddy and girlfriends, situationships and lovers. My world painted in different colors as the graffiti on the wall over which now the vines grow. It is eerily similar to how my wild is forgotten behind the leaves, folds. The signature of our being is such that we ignore the living and romanticize the dead. Joy sails in a ship across the seas, weaving a scarf flag. Every sunset using the afternoon breeze, when illusions are tricky not to feed and time freezes. We believe we defy our mortality. Desires have their resurrection. We get drunk on the possibilities which do not exist here, but in our greatest imagination. We could not possess it because the sun sets after pleasure peaks. It gets colder, the paint sets, people get older, lovers become tall stories by the fire, and after enough time, after seemingly endless sunsets, all is forgotten. Page 64. I feel ugly. Self-betrayal runs in my blood like a cold, forgetful spell, washing away any certainty I have in my authenticity. I remain nothing. My pain, my suffering are worth nothing if I can't adequately describe it. I have a significant lack of identity, talent, and in many ways I have fashioned a fraudulently proud exterior to cover it with. I have tried to come to terms with the mountain to ordinary things, or deep down truly desiring them, and learning to accept that about me. But I am neither courageous to be special or ordinary. I can't even identify myself as the one thing I occupy my time with: poetry. The world on my tiny shoulders. Nobody put it there. What am I good for? Nothing. I think about apocalyptic scenarios because I feel like I will thrive there. Right now, I am the dead end to all my dreams. I am the weakest link binding me. In my dreams, I see a valley of water, kissed by the reflection of a radiating velvet sky. It brings forth the end of the beautiful crimes committed to my mind. I close my eyes to be a woman because if I open them, all I will see is every reason I do not love myself. If I am a commoner, plain, sagacious, yet like one who is undercover and forgot she was, I will find a cure and a relief that I do not have to try to be loved. If I can be loved when I am real, imperfect, and simply me, I am out of my mind if I think that ideology could stick for long. But I will endlessly suffer if it doesn't. I keep friends and fools for both sides of me, just in case I change my mind. I savor bathing in mixed emotions. I pride myself on the thought that my issues are not a pond, but as deep as the ocean. My fate is so fake. I need a poison sort of potion. After a time, bloated and sullen, I appear out from the ditch of my anti-human cravings, begging God to cast a net for my heavy falling tears, because I am tired of everything I have created for myself to keep up with being something more than just ordinary. 67. This poem is called 2020. I had thunder like raw of planes constantly flying over the city. It isn't a new occurrence, though lately the sounds are deafening. The cage I am in has never felt smaller still. We're all in a pot simmering, allowed to breathe through a small hole punched through the lid. My dreams and my reality, I'm amalgam. Amalgam. My dreams and my reality amalgam, humming incoherently to me. All I can consume is silence, which seems to be neither muted nor peaceful. If anything, it eats at me, slow and excruciatingly. It chews. Out of the cold has risen a delicate flower in me, When hunger persists, it ends at the mouth. The one that feeds it and the body, yearning to live, is willing to consume death if it promises to keep it. When you strive to die, you're prohibited from the full experience of life. You will know the quickening thing rooted deep in your insides. I perceive the world through insightful eyes. They effortlessly spoke to me before the world stabbed them straight through with a knife into my skull. It is this gift I have gained back once I mourned the summer, trapped in the glint of my virginal eyes. I want to taste the sweet flavor of friendships and the fog-free laughter that ensues again. But the bitter pain resides in knowing nothing will ever taste the same again. I do not sound the same. I do not listen the same. The games that cracked and kept me up long after the hour was late, biting into the apple of the rat race, is of no value or appeal to me. Here I am now. I care. I feel. Yet I am no longer treated that way. We come back and read some more. We're gonna come start back on 69. Throat clock. We're gonna start back on Sad Girl on 69. This page right there. Until we do this again, my friend.